welcome to my channel. Today's video is about how we took a perfectly fine wall and we basically destroyed it so that we could expose the bricks that were underneath and make a cool feature into our kitchen. So I'm going to explain to you why we've done it, how we've done it, and show you exactly step by step what we've done, up to the point where we found out that there was some work to do on the brick wall, and how we built an arch out of brick, which sounds absolutely crazy because we are two DIYers. We are not professionals, but we just took our time, we did some planning, and we managed to do it. So anyone can do it. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and give it a thumbs up if you do, and don't forget to subscribe if you're interested in more home decor DIY videos. You may wonder why we decided to knock down this wall. So there's three reasons. First was to save space. We managed to save space by removing the plaster, and also we uncovered a storage area within the fireplace. Second was to add an interesting architectural feature in the kitchen. Third is because at the same time we were considering creating our own dining booth in front of this wall, so it was a good opportunity for us to do the work on exposing the bricks before we do the booth. How did we know there was exposed brick underneath? Well, we live in an area where all the houses were built together in the same way. People use internet to rent or buy properties, so we basically searched online for our streets, and we found a few places that let us believe it would be brick. The tools we used to expose the plaster were protection sheet on floors, walls and furniture, claw hammer and utility bar to knock off the wall. So it was very physical, and there might be other ways to do it, but this is the way we've done it because this is the tools that we had available. But we managed to do the job in about a full day. It was very physical, and the next day it was painful. But it was also quite fun to do. So we started by the middle, and we quickly saw that there was indeed bricks underneath. So we just kept going until we discovered most of the plaster. It's also quite trendy per se, I'm doing hair quotes with my fingers, to keep some of the plaster, but we've decided to remove everything. But if you want a design feature or a cool vibe, you can remove the plaster to like 75% of the wall and just leave a little bit of plaster semi-exposed. That's pretty cool. That's what you see sometimes in coffee places. But we've decided to remove everything because it was painted in black and I wanted this wall to be all white. Yeah, so we quickly removed all the plaster. It was a very dusty job. We had to use protection for our mouth and nose as well as our eyes, so we had to wear protective eyewear because otherwise it's very messy, you could hurt yourself. So we also used gloves for our hands because the repetition of hammering the wall with the claw hammer eventually starts to hurt. So it doesn't hurt at first, but as you keep going for hours, eventually it will hurt, and especially the next day, everything will hurt. So we uncovered brick in most of the wall, but also a few concrete blocks, and we were quite curious that there was definitely a fireplace there, so we decided to have a quick peek. Turns out that it was indeed a fireplace, so we knocked those concrete blocks out. And then we decided, oh, okay, what should we do? Should we keep the concrete blocks or not? We eventually decided we removed the concrete blocks and we bought some reclaimed brick. The second part of this video is about how we removed these concrete blocks and replaced with reclaimed brick. So what we did there was that we had to cut off the old bricks that were damaged. First we thought we would do it manually, but it turns out that there were quite a lot of them to cut off. So we decided to use a special tool. We hired a petrol disc cutter. So I don't have footage for this because it was a very dusty and difficult job, and the bricks were literally cut like butter. I'm not even kidding. And after a few days, and we had some time to source where we could get the London reclaimed bricks. Because we went to pick them up, we were able to choose the ones that looked the best to us. And that's not something you can do if you buy online and get them delivered, which we are also at the option. So once we got back home, we started laying the bricks down. Keith watched a few videos on YouTube actually, which were really helpful. I will link them down below. And we also bought some concrete mix. So he laid the bricks and I did the pointing, which is the part that happens when all the bricks are laid down. This is a small space, so only one person could work there at the time. We selected the best looking bricks for the front. Now the hard part was building the arch. What we did is we first decided where we wanted the arch to start and calculated the curve angle. Then we built a mock-up with plywood of the arch using a jigsaw. We made a mock-up of the arch by laying the bricks on top of the plywood arch and selected how we wanted the arch to look like, making sure that the brick facing out would look nice and neat. Once happy, we checked the depth of the bricks needed there, and Keith went out and cut them with the higher tool. We secured the plywood arch with screws, as you can see here, then started to lay one brick at a time on each side, finishing with the keystone at the top. We left it to dry for about 24 hours before eventually removing the plywood support, and we were beyond happy it actually held in place. Like we were like, I don't know how I can explain, I don't have words, but we were like, oh my god, I can't believe this actually worked. So that is for now. Next video will be about how I painted this wall white. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching.